Oh, hi, I'm Paul Brodie, Mitch behind the cameras. Thank you. We're back. We're back doing seat stays. This is good. Got a bunch of stuff here going on. Seat stay fixture. This is what holds on the U-brake bosses. And these are the stays. What I did, I made a little bit of a drawing. All it is a line, but it shows me where I'm going to bend the seat stays. So this is the dropout end, like that. And we're going to check to see that that is the right place for the bend. And then we'll go to the arbor press, and we need to put a bend in there. I'm copying the bend off the other one. So what I did was I held this, actually I put it on the table here, and I put the rear end over top, and I did a little tracing with a pencil. That's how I got the angle. Don't have to reinvent the wheel for this one. Thanks for tuning in. Let's do seat stays. What's going to happen is it's going to get cut like that, something like that, on both sides. That's what goes over the dropout, and that gets filled in with the fillet brazing. So let's just see where I want this here. So that's going to go like that. Can go to right there. That'll be good. That's the mark, and I'll just do that with the belt sander. If I was doing a lot of these, I'd set it up in the mill with a very small hole saw, like a 7/8 or a 3/4. But for this, for one, not worth it. Just use my little belt sander. Oh, I got whacked. Hit my finger, hit my face, but jeez. I'm gonna wear a glove on the, that hurt. Let's try again. And I'll be a little bit off to the side. That's the second one in a row. Look, you can see what happened. This is the piece that holds it together, and there's an arrow. That's the direction, and I had it right. So 2 belts, and they're not even worn out. Okay, let's try again. So that'll go like that. Right there. See, that's the widest part. So the bend's going to go right there. There's the bend. Now we go to the arbor press. I learned about this from Tom Ritchie because I didn't know how to, when I started, and Tom would come up to Rocky Mountain and supervise what was going on with the frames, because Rocky was ordering a lot of raw frames from him. And at that point, I was the painter. So he came up to check out my painting. And one of the things he looked at was the back of the seat tube, because in California, I guess that's where some of the painters had some issues. But my paint jobs got approved by Tom Ritchie, and I painted a lot of frames. So it doesn't take too much force. And now I check it against the here. It needs just a touch more, just a little bit more. Okay. And that looks very good. So what I'm going to do, this is what I used to show my students. This is the one that's correct. And then you bend the next one, and then you match it up on the surface table. So I'll show you that. So this one, can you see how it's just a little bit higher? So I'll show you how to pull out just a little bit. That's it. That wasn't much, was it? That's because it's chromoly and it's got a memory. Well, we're going to call that good. While you were gone, I made these pieces. This fits onto the frame. It's chromoly, and this is the piece that holds it to the frame. So I have to miter the stays. Normally I have to miter the stays coming down. So I'm going to miter them. I put some thought into this. I miter them upside down, and they come up instead of going down onto the seat tube. So it's different. I had to think about it. So this guy goes on like that. It's a little fast. We're on 700 RPM here, but we'll see what happens. Okay. Okay, time for check. Okay, so looks like the angle got right, and it needs to get cut right across there. I can use the belt sander for that. Okay, so I'm going to mark a line on each side, and then this will get cut to that line. That's going to be the center line. Just see, let me show you here. Can you see how it's on the center line? Like that. So I need to mark the center line. I need to make sure that this is in line, not, and then I'll mark a line, and then I'll mark a line for this. It's different than making a regular frame. It's all kind of ass backwards a little bit, but it's kind of cool. So what I've done is taken a Sharpie and marked it. Now if I line it up with this and I pull it, there's my center line. So if I put on this, so that's about where I want it, like that. You see what I'm doing? That's where that has to come to. And you notice the space there? I need to nickel silver it, so I need enough space there. So it doesn't really matter where I go it. This is my seat stay jig. I made this piece yesterday, custom size. So the dropouts, this goes in here like that. And that goes over there. See that? That's what lines everything up. And now we have to fit the stays. Okay, so what I've got here is a pair of pliers, and I'm going to bend this. See what I'm doing? That's the tang. I'll call it a tang. And this is what sets the height. Can you see how this works? So I need to take off more. No, I need to bend this more so this comes up, because I want that to be like that. I'm looking at the space between here and here. This needs to come back. So I need to bend this a bit more. Okay, that's looking good. So we'll do the other side. We're bending again. This is how we used to make frames years ago. And then we changed the dropout to the CNC dropout. Everything got TIG welded. So this is going back to the days of true fillet brazing. Okay, so can you see how it's right on that line? That's good. And it's got to come back. So we'll bend it some more. Okay, that looks good. That's good for fillet brazing. A little gap to fill in there. Not a big deal. I'm happy with that. Can you see there in between this and this, there's a little spot that's kind of soft? That's where I do it. That's where I take off the burrs and I give it a little bit of shine. It's a light touch, just very, very delicate. Okay. Okay. There we go. I got to do a little filing. Wow, that really, yeah, I got a little bit of a blob right there, and that's holding it in. Yikes. How am I going to take that out now? It's just a little bit there. Okay, that might come out now. It's coming. Okay. This is my brazing jig because I need to hold it somehow. I made this fixture off the rear end of number 1. And I have no idea what I did all those years ago. Okay. Okay. All right, I think we're all around. I think we have enough on. We're going to put in the bridge tube now. We're going to miter that in the mill. It's been a long time since I put in a bridge tube. Okay, the bridge tube's in. We're going to do the U-brake bosses next. Flows nicely. Oh, a little bit, not too much. Okay. We're good. Okay. Okay, I think that'll work. So I tack one side, then I nickel silver the other side. Oh yeah, look at that. And after this, we just put a braze on top, and we'll call it good. Okay, we're good. Let that cool down. We'll find the center. We'll put the braze on, the cable stop on. Flows nicely. This side's already done. It went right through. Didn't even have to do that side. Bonus. Okay, so if that's straight, we are done. Let's see what it looks like. Looks good. Well, that was a bit of a long day in the shop. It took longer than I thought, but that's pretty typical. Thanks for watching. We appreciate your support. Mitch and I like coffees. If you buy us coffees, helps a lot. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends. And merchandise is 18% off. Have a great day. Talk later.